Hey folks, Mike here today with some thoughts here on Trackmania 2020? Trackmania 2? I don't know, whatever you want to call it. This is a new Trackmania that came out last year. And yeah, with all the recent arcadey racing games that I've been doing, I figured why not kind of wrap up the racing stuff for now with my favorite arcade racer. So I've played Trackmania for a long time. Let's go ahead and actually do the online bit of the new events and show it off. So Trackmania has been around since 2003, I believe. I think we just hit the end of the map. So this franchise has been around for quite a long time. It's a very popular game. I know plenty of people who've played it over the years. And it's one of those games where love it or hate it, I guess. I don't know. I think it's great. I think it's not... I wouldn't say it's a super difficult game, but the difficulty ramps up really quickly when you're trying to actually be good at it. And so it's one of those games where it's like... I think any casual player can get into it, no problem. But it doesn't take long before you realize that, oh, like, people who are good at this game are like really good at this game, like on a completely different level that you ever thought was imaginable. Especially when you look at like leaderboard times and stuff. People play this a lot, and good on them. It's a phenomenal game, right? Like, I can't blame them. It's really fun and addictive. I used to spend a lot of time playing Trackmania 15 years ago, kind of thing. These days I don't play that much anymore, but I do like to dip into it here and there and see what they've done. Hey, I've beat my own personal best, and I'm still a long way off even the best people who are playing it right now live. So, and then when we get into worldwide rankings, that's a whole other discussion. Trying to see if I can cut that corner. So anyways, this new game, this is a completely new and different game. It's got a couple new additions, right? It's still, fundamentally, it's still Trackmania in a lot of ways. However, they've changed a few things. Or rather, they've added a few new things. Oh wow, I'm already 12th. So the number on the back of the car is my current position. The number underneath my name in red, in the red area of the Canadian livery is my current position. Whereas the actual number in the back bumper, if you want to call it that, is my actual current speed. Speed is very important for like super high level play. People will refer to units or speed or whatever. Anyways, we're going off the deep end at that point. So yeah, I've always enjoyed playing these games. I think they're really well done. What this game brings to the table, other than new engine, new graphics, modern graphics, it does bring a couple new tile sets for track surfaces. So we have the typical concrete / grippy surface here. There's there's a new dedicated grass surface you'll see at the end of this map. So with normal Trackmania, it's not uncommon to actually find yourself driving on grass. People used to use that because the basic ground of the stadium is grass, but this grass here is specifically made to drive on, because the normal grass slows you down more. So it's kind of a middle ground between the gravel and the concrete, slash pavement slash the grippy surface. It's kind of a middle ground, so that's nice. The other thing they added is there's kind of a snow and ice material now too, which is pretty neat. Yeah, that drifting slowed me down. I mean, hitting the wall slowed me down too, but it's gonna be probably last attempt. See if I can pull one off. I probably have to throttle down a little bit there. I turned too hard. I cut in a bit too much and I turned too hard and I just lost a bunch of speed. As I say, in typical Trackmania fashion, there's probably going to be people doing donuts. Usually they are. But yeah, they've added a couple other things. Like you saw the one booster pad. It's not a traditional booster pad. It's a light. There's like a boost up and a boost down. So one makes your car lighter, one makes your car heavier, more or less. And so the lighter one, your car winds up gliding, which is kind of neat, which is what you saw there when I was hitting that jump. And then the other one's useful if you're doing, you know, big curves. If you're going up and over a hill, you can use it to keep yourself stuck to it. So they're kind of new, I suppose. I feel like some of that stuff was kind of in Trackmania, or people were doing it in different ways. And so now they have a more dedicated way of doing it. Yeah, this is kind of my style of map that I like. You know, I like these simple maps. And so we'll take a quick peek at some of the online things, and you'll see the kind of the different styles of community made stuff. And so that to me is like the big thing, right? If you talk about Trackmania, usually it's the thing people think about the most are the community made maps and then the custom servers. And usually the custom servers means your screen is cluttered with like 20 different text boxes showing different stats and ratings and this and that, with hundreds of plugins running. Like that to me is kind of traditional Trackmania. When you play online, that's really what it is. And so it's kind of refreshing playing this and being like, oh, they integrated all the important stuff in the game. And you have this like really clean UI, which is strangely weird playing a Trackmania and not having a bunch of stuff all over the screen, but I don't know if I like that. I don't know. I'm mixed on it. Yeah, clearly I've not been playing this game a ton. I've not been playing Trackmania regularly for almost a decade now. I like to pop into it occasionally. And you know, if you can tell, the fact that my times are not great should have already been a hint. Oh man, I'm gonna lose all my time now. I think I slid too much on one of the corners, yeah. Yeah, there was a point in time where I'd be able to get, you know, reliably top 5 on servers, but now I've lost that edge a long time ago. If I played this game a lot more regularly, I'd probably find some of that speed back, but you know, huge gaming backlog, so I'm not gonna. Oh hey, I beat my personal best by half a second. I'm 3rd now. That's not gonna last, but we'll see how much better I can beat that. Yeah, it's a fun game. Like, you can play. I play with the arrow keys. You don't necessarily need to use a controller. The game's always been designed that way, so well, at least to me, it's always been a keyboard game. I suppose some people probably play with controllers, which might give them a bit more control. Anyways, after this map is done, we'll dip out. Look at the way this game has a subscription service, which is a bit different. Traditionally, these have been, you know, retail box games back in the day, and these days they've gone away from kind of a paid model to more of a subscription model, which on one hand I think it's fine. On the other hand, I'm not sure. If they are supporting it enough, I suppose. Like I'm thinking about it. I'm like, well, on one hand, I know people spend more money on other stuff, and so asking for a subscription like this is like cheaper than what some people spend money on. Actually, yeah. I think of how some of the season passes work for a lot of these games. This comes in a lot cheaper, so. I was gonna say, there's no people doing donuts. No, there are. Phew. So I think I got 4th overall. Not bad. There's the top 5 I was referring to. Yeah, I like playing this game. It's really fun. So anyways, these were all the official maps. We'll see if I can dip in real quick on a user-created map. But we'll just, in a second here, I'll just pop out. I'll show you guys how the paid stuff works. So basically there are 2 subscriptions. So there's a free version, which is what I'm playing on now. There's standard access, which gives you the daily player map, which I see in the menu, but I can't choose it. You can join clubs, which are basically custom servers, plus other bits. And yeah, you get the basic track editor in the free version, and you get the advanced track editor, and I guess the advanced video editor as well, if you pay the $13.50 for a 1-year pass. That is $13.50 Canadian, so it's probably $10 US. So it's not a lot of money. The way I look at it is a new game in Canada is $80, so this is basically 6 years worth of content. Or, yeah, for the price of a new game, I can get 6 years of the standard access. And then there's also Club, which is kind of the next tier up. This comes in 1 or 3 year passes. The 3-year pass is $80, though it's on sale for 25% off. It's $60 Canadian. Again, Canadian, not US. So I don't know the exact conversion rates for Uplay that uses, but I imagine it's probably $10. This is probably $10, and this is probably $60 for 3 years before the rebate. And so yeah, the club access gives you access to creating clubs, in other words custom servers. There's also the Open Grand League, which I guess is an actual kind of leaderboard slash tournament slash league, which, you know, for people who play this game a lot, that's probably a nice thing for them, right? For people who play this a lot and competitively, they're probably offering something pretty good for those people. But yeah, both standard and club access. Once your subscription is done, you still get to keep the 100 official maps that come out. So, you know, every quarter they come out with 25 new maps, which are the maps I was playing earlier. There's daily user tracks and the advanced track editor. Yeah, if you've tried Trackmania before, I'll just point out that the training is actually pretty good. They give you a good idea of what to expect. So I've done most of it. There's a couple I probably have to go back and tidy up. But let's just do the arcade mode real quick. There's also 3v3 teams, which is a new thing. Yeah, these are the club rooms, so I can't play any of these, but if you've played Trackmania before, you'll recognize LOL and short maps. That's totally a thing they do. Fun maps, full speed. Like a lot of these terms, RPG as well, a lot of those terms are kind of familiar to anyone who's played other Trackmania games in the past. So yeah, let's try the arcade. So my understanding is arcade is kinda like joining a custom server. And you're kind of at the mercy of whatever they schedule. So these are going to be user-created maps. You don't get the freedom to choose what kind of server you want, so I don't know what to expect out of some of these maps. Oh boy. Alright, let's give that another try. I guess one of the fun things is because you're playing online, you get to see all the other people struggle just as much, so at least you're not alone when you're having a hard time. Still not able to do the first corner. So what's weird is with the car being smushed down, it's gaining a lot of speed, and it's also sliding a lot. There we go. Oh boy. I'll hit the backspace. Nope. Okay. Man. Oh man, you need a lot of speed to do that. Okay. Right. I'm still used to the old game where I reset and it's like, oh yeah, that's right, I get to reset the speed I had. So at this point I'm just trying to get a time on the board. I don't care too much that I'm resetting a lot, because ultimately with more complex maps like these, just getting a time on the board is worth a lot. Oh. Especially since I won't have time to do another run, but... Oh, really? Jeez. So yeah, some maps like this are definitely not the easiest thing in the world. 5 seconds. Yeah. Oh well, I didn't get a chance to actually get a time. How close was I? Oh, I was really truly, yeah, at the top there. I was right around the corner at the end. So that's a user-created map. We'll load up another one and maybe do 1 or 2 attempts at it. At least try and get to the finish once. So there's definitely going to be a wide variety. So that's why I like looking at the server browser, you know, the short maps. Well, those are kind of up my alley. I like those because they tend to be really simple and quick, and you know, that's what I'm looking for, right? But occasionally I like the long maps, or I like the full speed style maps. Like, that's what's great about some of the older games. The servers all tended to specialize in one variety or another of map. And so if you're looking for a specific challenge or a specific flavor of map, I don't know why it's playing that way. Okay. So it's playing right. So it's trying to tell me I want to hit a jump right. Oh. Is it right down here? Seems to be it. But I see some people jumping over the ledge, so let's see. Oh, maybe you have the option for both? This map's a little strange. Man, I'm having a hard time doing it. Actually, if I don't... Oh. I think if I don't hold anything, I'll get the preview, though. Damn it. In fact, people are coming the other way. Tells me that this is not the correct way. So I probably have to go up and over. Do I see any of the names on the leaderboard? No, not right now. Yeah, this feels right. There's totally like a category of like troll maps and stuff like that. That is a thing in Trackmania as well. I'm not saying that this is one of those. I'm just saying there's totally a category of maps like this that are intentionally confusing. Again, different maps for different people, right? I can't complain too much about it. The arrow's pointing there. That's a... Hey, take advantage of a little hump in the road. Alright, so you can see all the players who are jumping down there are not doing the right thing. So yeah, the medals are interesting. The fact that community maps have medals seems a little weird. I wonder how they determine medals for that stuff. Barely touched the wall. Touching the wall in this game feels like a bigger penalty than older Trackmania games. You know, the older games. The older games, they would slow you down, but this one feels like it slows you right down. It's real bad. So in other words, be ready to slow down more. You're better off slowing down more than touching the wall. Yeah, once you know the map, it's not too bad. We got 6th. Getting there. Doing better. Yeah, let's do one more attempt. One more attempt, and then we'll probably cut it short there. But yeah, ultimately, thinking about it, it won't cost you anything to try it out. That's the nice thing. The older Trackmania games ran on pretty much anything. This game doesn't seem super demanding. It is somewhat demanding because I've cranked the settings way up, and they allow you to do that. But it's not, it's not that demanding. But I don't really have too much else to add. So you've seen some user maps. You've seen, the training is great. If you've tried Trackmania before and you've not, had fun getting into it or understanding some of the concepts, the training mode in this game is actually pretty good. It teaches you a lot of the basics, like this, especially this one, like telling you, hey, slow-mo. It's faster to hit the cancel on the slow-mo than to try and boost in it. Or it's better to go around, take the long route instead of hitting the slow-mo. And they teach you a lot of basic mechanics like that. Yeah, map editor, replay editor. You can put a custom skin on your car. if you want to do that. But I think that's it. I'll end it here. This is, once again, Trackmania. Officially, there's no subtext or anything. It's just called Trackmania. Don't confuse it with the first game. So, if you go on the Uplay launcher, you'll find this game immediately. You know, it's the latest, greatest free one. I think looking at the subscription idea, I'm generally okay with it. You know, especially the standard access. I can pay for the price of a new game. I can get 6 years of access for this game. In 6 years' time, there's probably going to be new ones. So, you know, at least the way I look at it is, this probably comes in cheaper, especially if I only pay for like a year or two. Yeah, with that all said and done, I'll probably keep checking in when they put in new maps here and there. But at least for now, I've got a whole lot more games to do, and you'll be back here next week checking out another video, which I don't know what it'll be on, because I'm kind of in a limbo of, you know, I haven't started a new game yet. But anyways, until next week, stick around. We'll find out what I'll be doing then. And hope you guys enjoyed this one. And I'll see you guys next time.